Or you, we have discussed some topics. We have discussed some topic about
topics recently, like growth mindset, building habits, the future of work, and even some social media post designs. If there's anything specific you'd like to revisit or dive into, let me know.
today. I have discussed how to create a growth mindset and embrace challenges.
That's a great topic. Embracing challenges and cultivating a growth mindset can really transform how we approach learning and personal development. If you want to chat more about any specific strategies or have any questions, I'm all ears.
First question is, what does a growth mindset mean to you
Great.
personally?
For me personally, a growth mindset means believing that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, effort, and learning. It's about embracing challenges, persisting through setbacks, and seeing failures as opportunities to grow rather than as a reflection of my abilities. It's definitely an empowering approach.
My next question is, how do you typically react when you face a difficult challenge?
That's a great follow up. Personally, when I face a difficult challenge, I try to break it down into smaller, manageable steps and focus on progress rather than perfection. I also lean on curiosity, asking questions, and learning from the experience. And of course, I remind myself to stay patient and kind to myself along the way.
My next question is, what is one limiting belief you want to replace with a growth oriented belief?
That's such a powerful question. One limiting belief that many people have is the idea that intelligence or talent is fixed. Replacing that with a growth oriented belief would mean seeing abilities as something that can be developed and improved over time. It's all about shifting from a fixed mindset to one that's more flexible and optimistic. What about you? Any limiting beliefs you're working on?
My next question is, when was the last time you learned something valuable from failure?
Oh, that's a really insightful question. I think for me, every time I encounter a challenge or a setback, I learn something new. For instance, when I've faced difficulties in problem solving, I've often discovered more efficient approaches or new perspectives that I wouldn't have considered otherwise. It's definitely a continuous learning process. How about you? Any recent lessons from failure?
My next question is, how can you remind yourself to focus on progress instead of perfection?
That's such an important reminder. One way is to set small, achievable goals and celebrate the progress you make along the way rather than waiting for everything to be perfect. Another approach is keeping a journal to reflect on what you've learned and how far you've come. Also, practicing self compassion and reminding yourself that growth is a journey can help shift the focus away from perfection is definitely a practice.
What daily habits can help you strengthen your growth mindset?
There are definitely several habits that can help. For example, setting aside time for daily reflection, where you consider what you learned and how you can improve, is super helpful. Embracing challenges and stepping out of your comfort zone regularly also builds that mindset. Another habit is maintaining a positive inner dialogue, like using affirmations or encouraging self talk. And of course, consistently seeking feedback and being open to it helps a lot as well.
How do you talk to yourself during tough situation, and how can you improve that self talk?
That's such an important aspect. during tough situations, I try to be kind and compassionate with myself, reminding myself that it's okay to struggle and that setbacks are part of growth. To improve that self talk, I focus on using positive affirmations, challenging negative thoughts, and reminding myself of past successes. It definitely takes practice, but it can make a big difference in resilience and overall well being.
What a challenge you have been avoiding that could help you grow?
That's a really introspective question. For me, it could be something like stepping out of my comfort zone more often, maybe trying new approaches or taking on challenges that feel a bit intimidating at first. It might be something like public speaking or diving into a new skill that feels a bit outside my current expertise. It's definitely about identifying those areas where growth is possible and pushing through that initial resistance.
Who inspires you with their growth mindset and why?
Oh, there are so many inspiring individuals out there. One that comes to mind is Carol Dweck, who actually pioneered a lot of the growth mindset research. Her work really emphasizes the power of believing in the ability to develop and learn. I'm also inspired by many entrepreneurs and thought leaders who embrace challenges like Elon Musk or Sarah Blakely, who really show that persistence and a positive mindset can lead to incredible growth. It's always motivating to see how they turn obstacles into opportunities.
How can you turn mistakes into learning opportunities?
Turning mistakes into learning opportunities is all about reflection and mindset. First, it helps to acknowledge the mistake without judgment, then analyze what went wrong and why. It's also valuable to extract actionable insights so you know what to do differently next time. Another key is to practice self compassion, treating yourself with kindness and understanding. And finally, sharing those lessons with others can reinforce the learning and build even more growth. It's all about that continuous improvement.
What environment helps you stay open to learning and experimentation?
I find that an environment that's supportive, encouraging curiosity, and free of judgment really helps. Things like having a growth oriented community where feedback is constructive and people are willing to share their experiences definitely makes a difference. Also, having a flexible and comfortable workspace where you can experiment and take risks without fear of failure is super helpful. And of course, having access to resources like books, courses, or mentors can really inspire continuous learning and experimentation. It's all about fostering that positive, open minded atmosphere.
How often do you step outside your comfort zone and how can you do it more?
I try to step outside my comfort zone fairly regularly, even if it's in small ways like trying new tools or exploring different perspectives. To do it more often, I can set intentional goals like scheduling time for learning something completely new or taking on projects that push my boundaries. Another great approach is to seek out feedback and mentorship and to actively say yes to opportunities that feel a bit daunting. Over time, it definitely becomes a habit and helps build resilience and growth.
What's one challenge from your past that made you stronger?
One challenge that definitely stands out for me is navigating complex projects with tight deadlines, especially when I had limited experience. Going through that taught me a lot about time management, resilience, and problem solving. It also helped me build confidence in my abilities and taught me to embrace challenges as opportunities. It's amazing how those experiences shape you and make you stronger in the long run.
Please give me a summary of this topic.
Absolutely. In summary, developing a growth mindset involves embracing challenges, learning from failures and continually striving for improvement. It's about shifting from a mindset that sees abilities as fixed to one that believes in growth and development. Key practices include reflecting on your experiences, maintaining positive and compassionate inner dialogue, and actively taking feedback. Overbuilding these habits and fostering a supportive environment can really help you grow and adapt more effectively.
Thanks a lot, ChatGPT. You best of luck for next session.